Thank you very much for joining us today. And on behalf of Bitosa Global, I would like to welcome you all to our Bitosa Global CoviClave meet to recognize the BG champions. For me, it is a very special moment. It has a lot of emotions attached to it because I think for the first time in a very, very long time, having been associated with many organizations worldwide, with in WhatsApp groups, in other forms, I've been connected with other alumni associations, but never have I seen such an unbelievable wave of humanity, unbelievable coming together of people. Most alumni associations worldwide meet, they greet each other, they have parties, they have lunches, they have dinners, they have cocktail parties, and that's the end of their relationship. It can extend sometimes for some jobs, some internships, and that's where it pretty much ends in most alumni associations that I've been part of over the years. But this time it is something very unique, very special, and that's why I said this has tremendous emotions for me personally. To see an alumni group like ours, and I've said this in the past on record, this is by far one of the best, most valuable, and cherished relationships that we have. To see this group come together after almost 15 years of being together in the form that we have seen is just incredible, guys. So I want to first recognize everybody on this call for being that human being that's brought everybody together. So a big round of applause to all of you. And I really, really mean that. This comes from the bottom of our heart. So I couldn't be more pleased. I also want to obviously acknowledge many people, but I'll leave it through the rest of the session. But let me invite Neeraj to say a few words before we start the proceedings today. So Neeraj, over to you.
Thanks, Arup. Hi, everyone. तो आज तो मतलब ये है कि as I said in the beginning, uh, I always say this about alumni that it's a age equalizer. So all of us are between the ages of 18 to 22 when we were in college. We were living that today. The kind of fraternity, brotherhood, camaraderie that we have is unbelievable. I'll just take a minute to just explain the ages of Bitosa Global. We have association of alumni, and there are chapters who are registered individually in each of these locations in India. There are over 7 chapters registered, and 8 chapters, and I think there will be in the next 1 or 2 years. I think it'll be more than 20 chapters in India for sure, if not more. First, Arup Zutsi is from the Silicon Valley, and that's like the headquarters of the Americas and the European thing. They have more than 10, 12 chapters individual in the United States across coast to coast.
Yes.
We have Canada, we have the UK, you've got Singapore, Dubai, Australia, New Zealand. So what I want to just say is give ourselves 3 to 6 months time, and you will see chapters sprouted from each of these world locations as part of what we call the Bitosa Global. And each of these chapters are individually registered. They're coming together under Bitosa Global. Just to clarify all of this picture, and there are some formalities which are being done, but each of these chapters individually anyway function. So first of all, a big thank you to all of you. I mean, 2 weeks back when all this thing, everyone, all of us, you guys were doing individually so much of work. And, we just felt that coming together would give us that strength to do what we needed to do. And look at what has happened. The COVID war room was created. We have over 200 volunteers working day in and day out, saving lives. And you guys are the guys. So today is your day. Saving lives is what you guys are doing. We are here to applaud, recognize, motivate, inspire, and learn lessons from you and hear from you as to what you do, how else and how better we can do this. And I can tell you one thing, जिंदगी में जो अभी कर रहे हो और जो blessings तुम्हें अभी मिलेगी, और जो lessons मिलेगा, it's priceless. Trust me, it is priceless. And you guys are the champion. If I may paraphrase two lines, मुझे थोड़ा शौक है शायरी और पोइट्री का कि तुम लोगों की बात कर रहा हूँ, सारे SOS चैंपियंस जो बैठे हैं, तुम्हारा हर एंगेजमेंट जो सुबह से शाम होता है और तुम लोगों ने जो जिंदगी बचाई है लोगों की और रोज हेल्प कर रहे हो, जितनी दुआएं आती हैं, तो मेरे को दो लाइन याद आ रहा तुम लोगों के लिए कि जिससे मिलता है वो दिल में उतर जाता है, जिससे मिलता है वो दिल में उतर जाता है, मन की खुशबू वो फिजाओं में बिखर जाता है. That is you guys. That is you guys.
वाह वाह
And clap
वाह वाह.
yourself for it. These are you guys. Today is only for you. I just want to say we're all coming together for this. And what we have not achieved, as Arup said, in probably 5 years or 10 years, we have achieved in 2 weeks' time, the coming together. And this is the founding stone of what we will build tomorrow of a great thing. You know, we have 24,000 people registered in the Pitosa Global websites. I request all of you to register there, if not, and get 5 more of your friends to register there. Because we have over 1 lakh alumni anyway. We are at 22 registered on the website. Let's get to 50, 60, 70,000. Please connect with all of us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and let's make that voice across all platforms. And you know, all platforms. Let's do that. We have 10,000 people on LinkedIn. How can we make it to 30,000? We have 8,000 or something like that on Facebook. How will we make to 20,000? That is the power of coming together. And this is a template. This is not the only time we'll come together. Right now, we have come for COVID. But trust me, ये दोस्ती, ये camaraderie, हमें बहुत दूर ले जाएगा हमें. So today is your day. Again, as I said, love to sit back and listen and really recognize from our heart, all of us, for super work you guys are doing. Absolutely दुआओं की बात है आज की शाम. Thank you, Arup.
Thank you, Neeraj. Very well said. Very well said. I must say, you really put this in the right perspective. I wish I could speak the language that you speak, including the shairi that you did. I'm sorry, I've lost touch with that, but I loved it. I think I understood it all. So I really take it to heart. So thank you, Neeraj. Once again, thank you to everybody on this call from my perspective. But I'm going to hand it over to Sujit. Sujit is with us from our Bitosa NCR chapter. Is based in Gurugram, and he will take the proceedings forward. And of course, I'll come towards the very end. So with that, Sujit, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Rup sir and Neeraj sir. There's a long list of speakers which are there. So we listen to each one of them. And sir, even if we exceed an hour, we would request people to kindly stay back and kind of listen, because all of them are doing a wonderful job, and we must listen to each one of them because they'll all speak from their hearts. Sir, as I just want to start, I was highly impressed by a gentleman called Prince, who is in this particular, he's also attending. So he always used to say, कि sir, हम तो अकेले ही चले थे, लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बढ़ता गया. So this is exactly, I never knew a lot of you, but I joined this particular group. And we at present, we have more than 250 volunteers who are actually working day in and day out for this particular cause. So before I hand over to other people, there's a small presentation I've made for each one of you. So when we started initially, can you see the presentation, sir?
Of course, share it.
Okay.
No, we don't see it.
Neeraj sir, why not you are sharing this? Yeah.
Yeah, so when we started initially, so there was a lot of chaos in the initial first 5 days. So whenever there was a problem, everyone would jump in solving the problem. But again, then we sat and we kind of said, no, guys, we are professional. We have to work in a professional way. We have to streamline the entire processes. And we took feedback from the volunteers as well, and we streamlined. After the seventh day, we kind of streamlined the entire process. The first thing what we did was we made a 10 step process document. So this was well documented. What are the key process parameters? Each and every process, what are the actions we would do when a volunteer joins? What is he or she expected to do, and how many hours of time would be required for from that particular gentleman or a gentleman lady? This is the entire process which we documented and shared with each and every one. But there are few key processes which I want to deal. Again, as you see, there is a request generator group. As the name suggests, कि यार ये क्या होगा यार, request हुए देखते होंगे. But let me tell you the kind of work these people are doing. So they talk to each and every individual, whether he is a BITN or non-BITN, but he's related to some BITN, and take those particular requests. So just to give an example, if you see on the right side, we get requests like this. Is there any leads on ventilator bed in Tamil Nadu? Come on, it's a huge, Tamil Nadu has lots and lots of uh, places where you can get beds. But these are the people, when they take note of these particular details, then they convert it into a particular format so that the BG leads task force team can take action. So on the right side, if you see, is what they kind of talk to each and every individual, take what was the SpO2 level, what was the treatment given in the hospital, what was the first symptom date, CT value, RT-PCR value, all those things, because those are important parameters. Because if I have to talk to a hospital in Tamil Nadu, I need to have all these details. It's basically a call center kind of work which all these people do, but hats off to these people who talk and get those details. The second group is the master control sheet group. This is one of the most important group. What actually happens when a particular details are entered in a Excel sheet, which particular person has to be assigned that particular work is controlled by this particular group. So this particular group has a data bank. Where are our volunteers located? Which city? किसको ये particular assignment देना है? These are the people who assign jobs to these people or to the nearest location. So if, let's say, if we have a problem in Muzaffarpur and we have a volunteer in Patna, so this particular request is assigned to that particular volunteer in Patna. So just to give an example, so when there is an issue, so we then kind of tell people, Devesh, can you help us in this particular thing? And on the right side, if you see, so we maintain a kind of heat map. So which are the green ones, which some action has been taken, it is closed, and then we also convert it into yellow and white. Yellow basically means that particular person had 2 or 3 requests, but we have been able to handle 1 or 2 requests, and the other is pending. White is that those requests where still some we are trying to find out some activity or the other, but I don't. The host has disabled my screen sharing. Can the host?
Okay, let me.
No, no, you're a
Sir,
co-host.
sir, you
Please
can.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. And this is the most important group, as the picture suggests. These are the SOS leads task force group where there are 250 people. Believe me, you get up at 2 a.m., you'll find 1 or 2 volunteers working on the request. So what these people do are, these are the actual doers who take quick action. So these guys have access to the entire data bank. किस पर्टिकुलर सिटी में कौन से हॉस्पिटल में बेड खाली है, कहाँ पे बातें करनी है, all these details are available to these group of people, and they kind of take action. So so if I give you an example, so there is a leads update group. This particular group, what they do is, so each and every one of us is part of, let's say, 10 other WhatsApp group, and each and every WhatsApp group sends some data, and those data is then sent to our group as well. But it is important whether those contact details, whether they actually exist, these need to be verified. So this particular group, which is the leads group, they verify city wise, hospital, oxygen locations, what are the medicines which are available, plasma donor list, home ICU details, ambulance, miscellaneous. There's a huge long list of data bank which these people verify and maintain. This actually helps the BG task force team to take action. Again, अगर हम BIT के हैं तो we have to use our technical skills as well. What we actually did is we tried to automate a lot of those activities, so there's less dependence on manpower. So there is a BG SOS war room status which each and every one of you can access. So what is the request received, how much have we resolved, how many are the progress, these are all live. You'll get all these details on your phone. Also, earlier what we used to do, when a person used to send a request, it was first entered into an Excel sheet, and then from the Excel sheet, it was transferred to the WhatsApp group. Now, the middle particular step has been eliminated. So as soon as a person enters the request, it automatically goes to the WhatsApp group. So these are the small automation which youngsters have been doing from time to time. There we also formed a group called a feedback group, where it is headed by a lot of senior people. So what actually happens is, after the problem has been resolved, these people kind of, they talk to them कि और भी कुछ जरूरत है, और भी कुछ requirements है. They take feedback, and believe me, when we receive such kind of feedbacks from people कि our problems has been resolved, मतलब रात में नींद बहुत अच्छी आती है, believe me. Just to give everyone a perspective, so this particular group which has been working, so we have received requests roughly around 183. We have resolved 142, and there's still in progress 41 cases where we are tackling. Again, this is an internal KPI for the task force. So we also track on a day-to-day basis how many requests we have received and how many have been resolved. This is our internal KPI. But it was very astonishing to see the kind of requests which come. So we kind of monitor what are the requests which come. So we found out that almost 76% of the request was from ventilator, ICU bed, and plasma. In fact, this plasma requirement showed a exponential jump last week. So there may be certain reasons. So what this has also forced us to make a plasma donor bank. So we have made a form, and we've requested others to fill up wherever the plasma donors are present. In terms of cities, if you see, we have covered more than 45 plus cities, and these are the 11-12 cities where almost 75% of our requests have come. So having said that, it's time to meet these BG COVID War champions. I would first kind of request Rahul Maheshwari to speak about the entire initiative. Rahul Maheshwari. I think so. Rahul has not joined. Sharad, can you just?
No, Rahul sir is there. Can somebody unmute him?
Oh, yeah, I've just unmuted him.
Hi everyone. This is a great team. Prince is a prince. इससे आगे क्या बोलूं? ये शुरुआत हुई जब शरद ने मेरे से एक रिक्वेस्ट पूछी थी, तो इट वाज अ कैजुअल रिक्वेस्ट. उसके बाद जो है, ये लगा कि बहुत लोगों को हमारी जरूरत है, और खास तौर से BITN और उनके परिवार वालों को. उसके अलावा भी बहुत बड़ा हमारा एरिया है जहाँ पे हम लोग मदद कर सकते थे. ये एक छोटी मदद से शुरुआत हुई और फिर ये इतना, जैसे प्रिंस ने बोला या कोई हमारे को अभी बोल रहा था कि और कारवां बनता गया, सब लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बनता गया। मेरा काम इस ग्रुप में बहुत छोटा सा है, लेकिन इस ग्रुप का काम देख के, जैसा अभी बोल रहे थे कि 2 बजे रात में, 3 बजे रात में उठ के देखिए तो somebody is working on that lead। मैं यहाँ पे लीड देता हूँ, वेरिफिकेशन जहां तक हो सकती है वो करते हैं, और बाकी लोग उस लीड को आगे देख के फॉलो कर रहे हैं और पता कर रहे हैं कि वो वास्तव में लीड सही है कि नहीं। आई कैन ओनली से दिस इज अ ग्रेट टीम वर्क, और ये इस चीज को हमको यहाँ पे नहीं रोकना है और आगे बढ़ते जाएं। पॉसिबली हमारे थोड़े समय बाद हमारी कंट्री में और हमारे शहर में जहाँ पे हम लोग रहते हैं, और दरकिनार छोटा सा गांव में भी मदद पहुंचाई है हम लोगों ने। ये इतनी बड़ी सुविधा हो जाएगी थोड़े दिन में कि सबके घर में ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर तो होगा ही, और मदद करने के लिए बहुत सारे लोग आसपास जान पहचान वाले होंगे। ये इतना बड़ा डेटा बैंक बन जाएगा कि कहाँ पे बढ़िया डॉक्टर किस चीज का है, किस चीज की कहाँ पे इलाज कर सकते हैं, कौन सा आदमी किस चीज के लिए हेल्प कर सकता है, कौन सा बंदा हमारा कहाँ पे है। ये इतना बड़ा नेटवर्क बन गया है, इसको यहाँ पे हम छोड़ नहीं सकते, इसको आगे ही बढ़ना है और आगे ही बढ़ाते जाएंगे। ये मेरा विश्वास है। ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा, बहुत लोग बोलने वाले हैं। आई एम वेरी प्राउड टू बी एसोसिएटेड विद दिस ग्रुप। थैंक्स एवरीवन हु आर सपोर्टिंग, आइदर साइलेंटली और साथ में काम करते हुए। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Rahul sir. I'm sure, yes, data bank we will definitely use in the days to come once all the problems are resolved. I would request Sharad to share his view. Sharad.
Yes, sir. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be a part of this team. As always, it's always an honor and pleasure to be a part of any Bitosa platform. बट सर इसका जो पर्सपेक्टिव है और इसका जो क्योटिक नेचर है वो एग्जैक्टली वैसा ही है जैसा बिटोत्सव के पहले होता था, एंड दैट बाइंड्स मी टू दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्सरसाइज ऑल द मोर. And we used to always revel in the chaos there also, and perhaps everybody else who is a part of this, and headed by Prince and Devesh, they are basically reveling in the chaos, and they are making sure that people who need help are getting it on the ground. Sir, as Rahul Maheshwari sir said, this started with a very casual interaction which happened between me and Rahul sir somewhere 30 days back, or rather 35 days back. We had a batchmate called Dharmesh. He passed away on 30th April, despite our best efforts and all the possible leads which could have worked for him. So he needed remdesivir, and the only person I knew to reach out to was Rahul Maheshwari sir, because perhaps he is the most active alumni from the pharma background, who himself is in the pharma field, and he can provide you leads which actually work on the ground. So based on the leads provided by him, we actually tried to procure remdesivir for one of our batchmates on 7th April. And that is where it struck to me that this is not going to stop here. This is going to bulldoze into yet another wave, and we'll be left without information, without resources, and something should be done to make sure that the right information in the most precise and in the most abbreviated form should reach the person who needs it. And that is where it struck to me that even my place, Allahabad, which was very badly hurt in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th week of April, was even much more clueless about things, about information, about any kind of resource which you need to fight this disease out. And it started with one of my friend's father, who actually collapsed in the middle of night, and he had to be rushed to a hospital, and we were woken up by a panic call in the morning of 17th April, when he said that his father either needs to be airlifted, or the highest possible life support has to be provided to him. So yeah, on that day, I realized that I have a circle which has too many doctors in it. And we could capitalize their knowledge and their association to fight this disease out in a very methodical manner. So there's a hospital in Allahabad which is called SRN, or the Rani Hospital, which is the nodal COVID center of Allahabad. That is where I found that 3 of my batchmates are already employed, and they are fighting it out on the ground without caring that they themselves have been COVID affected just 2 months back. And if they are willing to give every single inch which they have in this pandemic, why shouldn't we actually associate with them? We should capitalize their energy. We should capitalize their knowledge. We should make sure that people of our alumni and of our reach should be able to capitalize on what they are gaining out of the commitment that they have shown in terms of fighting out the disease. So I started organizing, with the help of my friends and others, teleconsultations for relatives, doctors, friends. And then I realized it's actually helping them out, because people are not even in a position to go and reach out to a doctor, let alone get some credible advice from them. And then I realized that we have a huge alumni base in the pharmacological sector, which can be actually leveraged, and their contact base can be leveraged to find out extremely stressed out resources like remdesivir, tocilizumab, any kind of life support drug which is required, because these people are sitting in the positions of drug controllers, assistant drug controllers, and drug inspectors, who can actually expedite getting the right drug to the right person at the right time. And we could leverage this network just because Bitosa had provided us this platform. And all this was, while all this was happening in the first to third week of April, we started realizing that perhaps our job will not stop here. We'll have to actually be committed to this cause for even a greater period of time than we were in wave 1. And that is where I realized, that the most important thing that at this moment any person who's reaching out to us needs is that we are credible, that we actually make a difference to their life on the ground. So for that, the first thing that came to my mind was that they need information which is precise and actually works on the ground. And kudos to Prince and his team that whatever leads you provide them, they fructify or concentrate that into a lead which actually works that on the ground. So if you provide them 10 leads from, let's say, Twitter, which is a social media forum, a lot of fake profiles, fake leads also come there, or a lot of leads which actually come there don't work, or people post much after they have actually utilized that particular lead. So that lead is not relevant on the ground. What these people do, people like Devesh, people like Prince, Rahul Khatri, Tridisha, I can name a few, I can name a lot, but then these are the people who initially I interacted with. And I found that these people had the willingness and the wherewithal to actually convert a lead into a actionable source of help. And that is where things started moving and rolling into something which could mean that people were receiving help, acknowledging it, and they were actually benefiting out of it. And this exercise continued for 7 or 8 days in a very chaotic fashion. Then Sujit sir, as he pitched in, to bring a lot of order into this exercise. Abhishek sir provided a wherewithal as to how we can actually put structure to it. Prince, to my knowledge, is one such guy. I don't know in what corporate realm he's actually practicing his knowledge right now. But whatever he might be practicing it with full commitment and utmost professionalism. Because whenever he prepares something, it is very well documented, it is very well traceable, and it is to an extent so utilizable that the next time you want a lead like that, or you want information like that, it is at the tip of his hand. He would just pull it and give it back to you. So making things work on the ground with relevant information, which are daily validated on a basis that nobody else does it. I know I am connected with an IIM Calcutta alumni. They are pushing in too much money, they are pushing in too much resources, but then information, nobody is willing to go and validate it on a daily basis so that it becomes relevant, it becomes operational on the ground for that particular day for the patient who needs it then. And they are pushing in too much information which looks very good. I'm not trying to belittle them. They're putting in information which looks very good, like it is in crisp files, it's in PDF formats, but actually it is not actionable. So that is where our role and our team has actually come to bring about a difference in the way the information is maintained and circulated. And that is where I would like to thank everyone for the kind of effort, kind of professionalism, and kind of precise information management they have actually been practicing all this while. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharad. I would like to add few things. Matlab, in my last 2 weeks interaction, either Sharad and Devesh, I don't know what data bank they have. You ask them anything, any detail, any part of the country, within 30 seconds, 1 minute, they will give those details. Really, hats off to you, Sharad and Devesh, the kind of work you guys do. I'll just take a step back, and I would request Varun Pandey. Varun, how do you see, मतलब लोग काम कर रहे हैं? How do you, as an outsider, how do you see लोग? What's your view, Varun?
Oh, no, I mean, I'm completely thrilled, sir. I mean, I've been part of this whole thing from more than 15, 16 years now. And when we all started doing this, nobody had ever thought that this association, this karma, could be so impactful in such times. And one thing is amazing about the team you have got. I mean, all of you. That kuch bhi aata hai, at least 2 times I have leveraged it myself. Once for my batchmate, and once again for a known person. The average return time was less than 2 minutes. Request put, message sent. And since I have the privilege of knowing Prince personally, I actually sent him a personal message. And I was trying other things also, but before I could talk to somebody, I was just on a call, and then I see a message that, sir, wo jo aapko ventilator wala nahi, ICU bed chahiye tha, wo ho gaya. 2 minutes. And trust me, I have seen other groups, enough interactions with outside world. This kind of efficiency is just not possible. So I'm so excited, so thrilled that I'm absolutely privileged to be part of this group, and extremely proud of everybody, each and every person who is part of this initiative. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Varun. I would now request Devesh, if you could share your views, Devesh.
Sure, sir. So it's honored for me to talk to you, means everyone in person, because all are the seniors and most of them I have never met or interacted. But yeah, so basically I'll say that we anticipated the food crisis in the month of March, because the cases were like, we started distributing the food and then we collected some of the material. But gradually we saw some of the medicine requirement were coming, and then lots of material was there, but nothing was validated. So we formed a group around I pooled few of the college junior folks from my office, and then different college society. Around now, 300 folks are there. So we started from there. Our first criteria was, we created 2 groups. One was for verification, and second was validated leads. That's it. We did nothing. We just created these 2 groups, and we worked on that continuously, let's say 10 hours a day. And fortunately, that information was helped me when I started looking in the issues. So when I saw some of the requests popping up in our group of means NCR group, so I was able to handle those issues. So that was a key trigger, and then definitely we got support from Abhishek sir. Then he decided to formalize more this, and now Prince is driving like he is doing exceptional job. So thanks, Prince. So now things are more formalized. That's what I can say. So the effort is less now, but the needs, we can anticipate the different kinds of needs in the future. Like every day a different medicine is coming, where we can expect that demand is coming. Like we can expect Virafin is coming next, and then 2DG demand might come in the next. So possibly what we are trying to do is getting ready to for those sources also, so that we know that where we will find those medicine first. So that kind of tracking we are trying to do at this point of time. And definitely that mixing 2 different volunteer groups is helping me to expedite lots of queries because we are able to address. Earlier, we were limited to India, it's Delhi NCR. But when we added Bitotsa and other parts, other groups as well, identified some of the more volunteers in the different part of India, we are able to address the queries from various parts as well. So that's all I can say at this point of time. So
Thanks,
I'll
Devesh. Thanks, Devesh.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, frankly speaking, very good point you mentioned that we are not only kind of doing on ground activities, but we are also kind of able to foresee कि future में होने वाला क्या है, कौन से issues आने वाले हैं. That also we discuss internally, and we are making ourselves ready. Thanks, Devesh. Now I would request our Honhar Prince Kumar to say a few words. Prince.
Thank you, sir. So I actually don't have much to say. So when I think it's 2 weeks back when I got a call from Neha ma'am, it was like we are planning to help our fellow BITians network. Are you available for 6 p.m. call today? And that was the journey that I started. It took less than 5 minutes. I was already convinced that we have to, there is no second way about it. It was so well planned for me. I literally had to do nothing. Sarad sir, Devesh sir, Abhishek Sinha sir, Neha ma'am, they came in a call and they explained me how things work out, what you have to do, and what's the larger vision that we are looking at, and how we can help you. When I got in a call with Abhishek Sinha sir, I think it was just a 5 minute call. He has just planned it. मैंने तो बस execute किया है. The strategy, the mastermind is somebody, just an executioner of it. I was just told to do it. I'm really thankful that somebody has put up so kind of expectation into me. I had done literally nothing. And like Sujit sir very well that वो कारवा चलता गया. I had to put effort in convincing people that this is the right thing to do. I had just put one message on WhatsApp and Facebook saying that we need you. I was just flooded with the request next day. I don't know whom to reply, where to catch up. What did I miss? उनका क्या रिक्वेस्ट था? He is like Sujit sir is like मुझे हेल्प करना है. I don't know which batch he is. Many of the people अब गलत बैच पता है. Like I think अरिंदम सर ने मुझे बोला टू के 14 का नहीं हूँ, मैं टू के 6 का हूँ. And I was अभी आपको जूनियर समझता था. तो people just they started helping out कि मुझे बताओ मुझे और क्या करना है. And then we just got into it. The best part about that happened about this, every single person, I mean वाल्मीकि के साथ मैंने पहले ही काम किया है. He so the list never ends. Be it Lina ma'am, Arun, Tridisha, Survi, Rahul, I mean Ayush, Bhupinder, Ankit, Sasank Shekhar, Sumit Kumar, Devil, Sarad sir, Arindam sir, Siddharth sir, Balmiki, Neha. I just don't know where to end. Neeraj sir, they have led us to shape up how does it look like. मेरे लिए वरुण सर बोलते हैं कि the average response time is because it's there. I just helped people कि एक लीड्स टीम होनी चाहिए जो कि वेरीफाई करेगी. आई जस्ट आस्क्ड सुमित कि सुमित वी आर प्लानिंग लाइक दिस, से तो यही करना है बॉस. एंड सो ब्यूटीफुली द डेटा इज. आप अगर एक बार गूगल सीट जाकर देखेंगे, आई हैव नेवर सीन समथिंग सो ब्यूटीफुल इन माय लाइफ. आप SOS टी जो डेटा स्टूडियो बनाए हैं सुजीत सर ने, आई वाज टेलिंग हिम पर्सनली कि सर this is one way you are inspiring me, but your data skills is amazingly next level. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Sarad sir, he is like my personal doctor. मुझे आज किसी के लिए वेंटिलेटर चाहिए होगा ना, I personally call Sarad sir rather than going to a doctor. Even though I have 2 doctors in my एम्स में डॉक्टर है पटना में, मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ CH में SR है, but the kind of information that he has, genuinely believable. I don't know what to say. So I just want to thank each and everyone जिन्होंने आया, जिन्होंने आए support किए, and they have just made it work. Just thankful, and I really wish that we could help much more people, affect the life of people, and we need more. We need more people to streamline the process. We are trying on it. So come forward. Whatever way we can help, we are just a ping away as usual. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Sujit, sir.
Thanks,
I would
Prince.
hand it over.
Yeah, thanks, Prince. You're doing an absolute amazing job. Just on the lighter side, matlab, I have from unconfirmed sources, I have come to know that he's been also approached because of his popularity by some local government politician for some elections. That is what from unconfirmed sources I've received. So he might कोई election भी लड़ सकता है. So I would now request Kushlesh sir to just from an outsider perspective, what do you see how all those activities which are happening? What's your views? Kushlesh Maheshwari sir.
He needs to be unmuted. He needs to be unmuted.
Yeah, I've just been unmuted. Sujit, thank you so much. You just mentioned an outsider. I was practically an outsider about 2 weeks ago.
No.
I became an active part of the Bitosa only about 2 weeks ago, and probably the perfect timing. Thanks to Sulabh that I was able to join this group, and then the inspiring leadership of Neeraj sir and Arup Zutshi sir put me also full-fledgedly, wholeheartedly into this. And it's been really the most inspiring 15 days of my life as an alumni of BIT Mesra. The kind of amazing work, Prince, everybody has talked about. I've heard Sharad, I've heard Devesh, I've heard so many of them. But some people whom I constantly got, inspired by are Neha, Sulabh, Rahul, Prince, of course, is always there. And salute to all of you. That's all I want to say. Just keep up this good spirit that you've developed in yourself. You have worked for the humanity in the most critical time. And this spirit that you picked up at such an early stage in your formative years, please continue with this throughout your life. You guys are amazing. Salute to all of you. Thank you so much, Sujit and everybody.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for your kind words. Now we'll move, and I'll invite all the actual champions who are doing the groundwork. So for all practical purposes, Prince is our boss and we all work under him. And the first person whom I would now invite is Leena ma'am to speak on what she does and for this particular group. Leena ma'am. I think so. Some problem.
I think she couldn't join.
Okay. Can Arunima speak? Arunima?
Hello, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So this is Arunima from 2K13 batch, EC branch. I am from Madhepura, Bihar, and currently working as a software engineer. So I'd like to start by telling how I got to know about this SOS group. So a few weeks back, one of my batchmates had posted a requirement for plasma. And I was going through our Facebook group to see if I can find anything related to that. And I came across this post about the initiative by our BIT alumni. And from there, I reached to Prince sir to know more about it. And when I talked to him, I got to know that they are already in touch with my batchmate. And with help of our senior member, Kalyani ma'am, within the same day, they were able to help him arrange for the plasma. And it made me really happy. And it was something that gave me some hope. And I asked him if there's anything that I can help the team with. So he told me that I can be the contact person for my hometown and where I'm currently located. And if any request comes, they can contact me regarding that. And also they need some members to document the verified so that when a request comes from the same location, they can quickly contact the verified person and get it resolved. And I have been working on that since then. And our teammates have informed that they were able to resolve some of the queries in a matter of minutes using the leads from that sheet. So it has been helpful to the team. And while working here, it's really heartwarming to see how our seniors from 1959 batch to current students, all of us have come together working for this. And our teammates are leaving no stone unturned for getting the help, be it contacting high-level officials, tweeting to the ministers, anything and everything is being done. And the words of gratitude that we receive from the families that we were able to help, that is the biggest source of motivation for us. And that's what keeps us going. So to know in this time of crisis that there are people who are ready to go out of their way to bring help to you is a really big thing. Thank you, Team Bitosa, for making this possible. I am really grateful to be a part of this team because you bring hope to me and to the entire PIT family. Thank you.
Thanks, Arunima. Now I would request Rahul Khatri to share his views. Rahul?
Yeah. I'm audible, sir? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm
Yes,
Rahul
you are
Khatri.
audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. I am Rahul Khatri, 2013-17 batch, BIT Jaipur. Currently, I'm working with Flipkart and also acting as Joint Secretary of Bitosa Rajasthan chapter. So the motivation behind my current involvement in COVID relief activities for Bitosa is like, it's very simple, right? I always been a people's person, like throughout my life, be it my school days or my college days. So plus, I don't want to use any fancy language or any flowery language, right? So I just want to contribute whatever little I could, like towards helping people in need. Like from March 2020, like not a single day goes when we don't hear something unfortunate about near and dear ones, right? I have not seen people up close suffering from this pandemic, but I have gone through this same myself twice last year. So what we do, how it's all happening. So I majorly contribute in SOS group, and on a daily basis, we receive like so many WhatsApp forwards, or we can say non-verified leads, as Leeds sir said already, right? So after receiving these leads, our volunteer group verify each lead and identify the potential viable leads by calling each of them. Then only we pass those verified lead to the needy patient's family. So like on an average, it takes more than 100 calls daily to verify these leads. And in the end, I just want to summarize my thoughts through this short poem I wrote. I wrote this when I was suffering from COVID last year, and it was Diwali day at that particular day. So the title was "Ek Diwali Aisi Bhi." So खुशियां थी मन में पर उत्साह नहीं था, आशाएं थी मन में पर उल्लास नहीं था. एक महामारी फैली थी जग में, सब कुछ अलग सलग था. एक कमरा था घर में जो पखवाड़े से बंद था. बंद कमरा उदासी लिए था, शायद खुद ही एक कहानी लिए था. बिस्तर किनारे मेज पर कुछ कागजात पड़े थे, कोविड-19 पॉजिटिव की छाप खुद पे लिए खड़े थे. मिठाई और मेवों की जगह दवा दारू ने ले ली थी, भाप और ताप की मशीनें भी तो कमरे में यूं ही पड़ी थी. सजावट खरीदारी सब यूं ही उथल पुथल पड़ी थी, खुशियां भी तो घर के बाहर ही डेरा डाले खड़ी. संकट की घड़ी थी और सबको दिवाली की पड़ी थी. एक अरसा हो गया था सांस लिए और सामने पटाखों की लड़ी. इस दिवाली ना जाने कितनों का दम घुटा था, मिठाइयों की जगह दवा का कारोबार चला था. उथल पुथल भरी जिंदगी में उम्मीद की किरणें फिर से आएंगी, काली रात ही तो है, ये भी बीत जाएगी. थैंक यू सो मच. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone.
Great, Rahul. So we now next Bitosa meet what we have one particular program waiting for us, a selection of good poems. Ramesh, if you're there, Ramesh Agarwal, what do you think? What's your views about how the boys are working? Ramesh? I think so.
Ramesh sir is not on the call.
No issues. Is Gautam Haldar there? Gautam? No issues. Then I'll move on to Tridisha. Tridisha, why don't you share your views, what you've been doing, Tridisha? Prince, you want to add something on Tridisha?
Okay. Yes, thank you. So I would definitely like to add. So Tridisha beat any request for Bangalore. I mean, I had a blind spot. I don't have to do anything. I just have to forward it to Tridisha and Anudeep. Anudeep is a very newcomer in India. I personally had known him because he's my branchmate, he's my batchmate. We used to sit together on the same branch and went to US and came back. And when the time Anudeep reached out to me, like how he gonna help us and what kind of situations he gonna handle. Then we met Tridisha. She is our, if I assign a task, I would wrong to say that if we have a need in Bangalore, if you just tell it to Tridisha, the work is going to get done. There is nothing that we have to do our own. She knows everything about Bangalore, be it bed, ventilator, ICU. Just talk about it. I think zonal commander से ज़्यादा तो Tridisha पता आजकल Bangalore का क्या situation. So thank you Tridi for being the Wonder Woman and for the our SOS group.
Yeah, Tridisha, we want to listen from you, Tridisha, now.
Thank you, Prince. But I think that's a lot. I mean, whatever I'm doing in Bangalore, it's with the help of Prince and Anudeep. So we're all doing it together. So just wanted to talk about my experience. When initially Prince asked on our group if there are people who want to join, I was not very sure, and I was not very sure because I have a 11-month-old daughter. I'm working from home, and there's a lockdown, so triple bonanza everywhere. So quite tough to make out time. But I thought this is the time to be kind. I mean, if you're not kind now, if you don't make out time now, I don't know what will happen. And advantage uthana chahiye, husband bhi BIT ka hai, so he can take care of the baby when I do this. So yeah, we are not doctors, but I think in the last 2-3 weeks, we have learned about concentrators, cylinders, kisko kab dena hai, kyun dena hai, kab hospitalize karna chahiye, किस SpO2 में hospitalization होना चाहिए, ICU होना चाहिए, सब समझ आ गया. And other than that, I think we are providing mental support to the attendants. We've realized over time that mostly people are lost. They don't know what to do next. And I think one of our major duties is to be that trusted friend and help them remain calm and take the best decision for their families. So I would just like to state an example of Bangalore incident that happened last week. We were looking for a bed. We were looking for a bed for someone for almost 2 days. We were not getting it. Attendant the attendant had almost given up. He was not responding well to our calls, and we didn't know what to do next. We knew we had to search for a bed, but how do we go about it? So then me and Anudeep, we got on a conference call with the attendant. We discussed, we tried to probe very calmly, softly to understand what are his challenges. And we realized that his challenges were many. I mean, he didn't even have a doctor who could tell him कि उनके पापा के साथ क्या problem हो रहा है. And the problem started from there to financial issues to everything else. So within that day, Anudeep was able to manage a bed for him in one of the hospitals. Prince was able to get a doctor on board who could tell him kya chal raha hai, kya problem hai. And then within the next day, we were also able to shift him to a government hospital because financial issues were also a thing. So I think, yeah, a lot of it is understanding all the multiple challenges that they're facing and then solving all of them. Last thing, I'm impressed by this power of we. The amazing power of we, because I mean I haven't really been active in Bitosa for a long time now, but yes, this time it has shown me the power of this group, and I can sleep peacefully thinking that if anything happens to my near and dear ones, there are people who will go out of their way to help. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tridisha. Really...
Sujit, 1 second.
Sir,
can I say something? See, Gautam Haldar, president of Pune, is here. You were looking for him. He's here.
Yes.
So can we have him also? Thanks.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
Okay. Very well expressed, Tridisha. Really well said. So I would request Gautam Haldar, sir. So so when you see from outside, sir, how do you see these guys working? What's your view about this entire SOS task force team?
Yeah, first of all, very good evening to everyone. I think most of us have already expressed what is going on. I will catch what Tridisha has said. First 5 days or 7 days when I was just watching the activities, I was not very much directly involved in this SOS group, but keep on seeing the messages, the way the young people they're handling the things. One thing what Tridisha has rightly mentioned, we can sleep peacefully knowing that behind us, all of us, there is some group. If something, God forbid, doesn't happen something, but if anything goes wrong, we can definitely bank upon them. That's the kind of confidence it gives. Kudos to the team. And that, I mean, when there is a difficult time, the difficult time, that character of leadership is really tested. And all our people have shown their leadership characteristics. Thank you, everyone, whoever is doing this. Nothing is more important than saving a life and giving support when the people are in need. I very quickly share one of the very recent example, maybe a month back. I got a call from Pune, the community where we do some social activities. Neha knows about that. So one boy got admitted in the hospital. He had some financial challenges. Within 1 day time, we collected some money and arrange all the treatment. And when the boy returned after having a lot of difficulty, he had the oxygen problem and all this thing, he came back, he just said, thank you. By hearing that, or not thank you, but knowing that he is come out of the danger and come out of the ICU and all of the problems with very little support from us, that gives us the satisfaction. Nothing is more important. Someone has rightly said, at this moment, if you don't show the kindness, then possibly you won't get that kind of time in time in future also. Thank you, everyone. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my expression. I was a little bit emotional. I know everybody is emotionally connected. Without emotion, this kind of bonding doesn't take place. Thank you, Neeraj sir. Thank you, everyone, for giving this opportunity. And wish you all the best. We must be connected and we must do this kind of activities in future also. For difficult time, for even good, bad, whatever times, we should be all united together. And that's the lesson for leadership. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Gautam sir, for your kind words. I would now invite Arindam, another great champion, to share his views. Arindam? I think so. Bhupendra, are you there? Ankit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
Bhupendra
everyone.
There, yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bhupendra. I'm from 2K6 batch. यहाँ पे जब मैं इनके साथ जब जुड़ा था तब एक एक करके हमने डिग करना चालू किया था. जैसे जैसे रिक्वेस्ट आते गए वैसे वैसे हम अटेंड करते गए. इससे तो हमें पता चला कि हमें दूसरे एरिया में कहीं कहीं से डॉक्टर्स, कहीं कहीं से पॉलिटिशियंस, बहुत लोगों के साथ ऐसे नेटवर्क हमारा इंक्रीज होते हुए गया था. तो आई एम रियली हैप्पी. और सबसे ज्यादा मोटिवेशन ये लगता है जब कोई बंदा, फॉर एग्जांपल एक बंदे को मैंने रेमडेसिविर दिलवाया था हैदराबाद में, वो भी गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव्ड प्राइस में. तो उसने मेरे के ऊपर आके फोन करके कम से कम 5 मिनट वो मुझे थैंक यू बोलते गया. सर आप नहीं तो फिर हमें दिक्कत हो जाता था, ये इंजेक्शन मिल ही नहीं रहा था, आपने बहुत बहुत हमारा हेल्प किया है. लाइक ही वाज इनटू टीयर्स कि ऐसे मैंने आई डोंट नो हिम पर्सनली आल्सो. सो ही वाज इनटू टीयर्स. ये देख के मुझे और मोटिवेट कर दिया. जब हमारे हाथ में कुछ है तो करने के लिए हमें क्या दिक्कत है. तो ऐसे ऐसे हम करते गए थे. और जैसे ग्रुप भी हमारा काफी मोटिवेटेड रहता है. रात को 2, 3, 4 बजे तक भी हमारे कुछ बंदे एक्टिव रह के कुछ ना कुछ सॉल्व करते रहते हैं. दैट कीप्स मी मोटिवेटेड. दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम मी. थैंक यू सर.
Thanks, Bhupendra. Thank you. Is Ankit there? Ankit is there.
We have Vikram.
So Yeah, Vikram,
Vikram sir.
why don't you share your views, Vikram? You have to unmute, Vikram.
Yeah. Now I can. So hello everyone. I'm Vikram, and I'm from 2K6 2K10 batch mechanical. Okay, so I'll share you a story with how I joined here. So before telling that, I'll tell you that I have been COVID positive twice. Okay, so in March when all these things happened, currently I'm in Ranchi and I work in Mumbai. So my entire ecosystem, my friends, my extended family, everyone was tested positive. And I was the only one who was not positive at that time. So I was running from pillar to pillar to get them medicine, everything else, and then eventually I also got positive, right? And then I was a bit, scared that what will happen, who will give them medicines and other supports. So, but eventually some of my friends helped. When I was recovering, this thought came to my mind that I have so many people around me here in Ranchi, and I was so worried. What about people who are not knowing, who don't have that big circle or don't have that influence in all these hospitals or medicines and all? Then I thought, no, that this is not the time where you can just donate some money and say that I've done my part in this pandemic. So I have to go to the ground, or some I have to put my efforts in this. So I started individually. Then I joined some local groups, and there was a senior called Mrityunjay. He had a very critical condition, so we were searching remdesivir for him. And then I got in contact with Bhupendra, and from there I got to know that VITN Bidosa group is also working on it. And now I am part of 4 5 such groups, and I cross leverage the leads generated from one group to other, right? And so that's the way we are working. And currently I'm the social media group, but I contribute with Prince, Bhupendra, Tridisha, everyone in the SOS group whenever I think they need help or I get time. And while doing this, a very interesting thing happened I would like to share with you. So I mostly work on leads of ICU and all, because I think I can talk in that do it better. So there was one hospital where I was constantly inquiring about ICU beds. And a few days back, what it happened that whenever there is a hospital bed empty in that hospital ICU bed, that attendant calls me back and says, sir, आज एक bed खाली है, कोई होगा तो बताइएगा. And one day at 7 a.m. he called me, and by 7:30 I was able to connect one of the patients from some other group to that hospital. And this is what this positivity of network is. From one place you get on the leads to other place. So that is the thing, I think, where everyone here, every person in that group is making a difference. So that is it. And there are a lot of stories I know everyone has, because people have personally thanked Prince, Bhupender, Arindam, Neha ma'am, Sujit sir, and I don't know anyone. Prince was thinking that I'm his junior, but I'm his 1 year senior. Yeah, so that's it. And I hope that this pandemic ends soon and I get to go back to Mumbai. I miss my Marine Drive, and I meet everyone. Okay, thank you. That's it for me.
I think Sujit is frozen, his frame at this point.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry. Thanks, Vikram.
Yeah, okay.
Now, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So
Yes,
thanks a lot, Vikram. And now I would request Chandrasekhar just to say a few words. How do you see this particular SOS group, Chandrasekhar?
Hi, sir. Hi, this is Chandrasekhar. Yeah. So I live in California. My whole family is there in India. And as somebody said, I can sleep better thinking that there's a team working in India. They will take care of everything if something happens. So, and all of these guys, most of these guys are my batchmates, Prince, 3D, I have Prasoon and Anudeep, a lot of these guys. and they're doing amazing work. I know day and day night. And I just want to thank all of these guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Prince.
Sujit,
Yes, Andres.
can I would like to invite Sunil. Sunil, are you
Yeah.
there?
Correct. I was also about to
so
call him
Sunil,
also, Sunil Jain, sir.
yeah. So Sunil is, by the way, please unmute him, but let me introduce him very quickly. Yeah, Sunil is, let me introduce him very quickly. Sunil is 1 year junior to me, graduating class 81, and extremely successful professional, has led many large corporations to great heights. But more than that, his contribution to us in the last 2 weeks has been phenomenal. Strategy, fundraising, organizing of concentrators, logistics, the big heart, always there. Sunil, I'd like you to have a few words and tell these boys whatever your thoughts are.
Well, thanks a lot. Actually, I invited myself. I thought I must speak today. I've been involved with many organizations which do a lot of charitable work and do work during crisis. And Rotary is one of them with which I've been associated for now last 12 years. But let me tell you this, guys, you have won my heart. Each one of you, the kind of system, processes, the way you handled every lead. You know what? In my today's Rotary meeting, we told that we need to learn a lot. And they said, okay, we would like to have a lecture from your Pitosa Global on how to move about in doing charity. And that's the reason I wanted to come. You guys are amazing. And as seniors, we are, I wouldn't say past our prime, but we are just about there, and we are learning a lot of things from you guys. It's amazing. And how I felt, one night, a lady who's not known to me, but somehow, I don't know if it was 12 o'clock in the night or 12:30 in the night, she gave a call that my mother is sinking and I need an oxygen concentrator. I know you have it. And I felt so bad because I didn't have one, Everything had been, whichever I had bought for people, they had already been given out. And then I realized that something needs to be done. And then you people came as a God's gift. Honestly. So from my bottom of my heart, I really thank all of you. And this is something which must continue. And therefore, I have some few lines, please allow me to read that. रिश्ते कभी खत्म नहीं होते दोस्तों, रिश्ते कभी खत्म नहीं होते दोस्तों, बातों से छूटे तो आंखों में रह जाते हैं, बातों से छूटे तो आंखों में रह जाते हैं, आंखों से छूटे तो यादों में रह जाते हैं। इंसान सब कुछ भूल सकता है, इंसान सब कुछ भूल सकता है सिवाय उन लम्हों के जब अपनों की जरूरत थी और वो साथ थे हमारे। And this is what all of you have done. You have been together and doing human service. I'll give you my example. A few days back, my daughter-in-law probably fell down and, she had to be shown to orthopedic in the night. And you believe me, I put it on the war room and I was flooded with requests that please contact so-and-so doctor, so-and-so doctor. Now that's the kind of thing, which really feels that you are in the right people with the right heart. But people with the right heart, but having the right brain to do things in the right order. So guys, please continue this work. And we as a community must succeed, as Neeraj said, from 30 to 50 to 1 lakh. I think that's what is going to matter across the world. Thank you so much. My family has been hearing to this and they said that you guys are amazing. And from my family side also, a big thank you to all of you.
Thank you, Sunil sir, for your inspiring words. I know we have crossed my time. I would request Arup sir to give the final words, share some of his thoughts.
Perfect. Thank you, Sujit. Thank you very much. I mean, I have to thank you because not only did you manage this, but the few slides that you showed us earlier when we started was just amazing. So, guys, it's great to see all of you. Of course, I need to thank everyone. I know there are so many more thank yous that need to be sent to our team. We only highlighted a few, but there are so many people behind the scenes who are making this happen. So not only is it very impactful, very inspirational, I think we have all learned the power of networking. I think somebody mentioned the word networking. I think we always talk about it, we read about it, but we are now seeing it in reality through what we have just seen happening in Bitosa. So I'm very inspired. I like to continue to wish everybody the very best. But as with any good thing to continue, besides emotion, besides passion, besides hard work, there's a bit of funding that is also required. And given that I'm taking a lead role in that funding exercise, I have to request every one of you to please share your time, which is important, but also see if there are ways in which you can contribute, because we want to continuously work on this and increase our impact even more. And while oxygen concentrators are the current focus, but I'm pretty sure that as we go along the way, there are other pressing needs that will arise from funding, financial aids, etc., that we will definitely need. And so my request to all of you is, please motivate the rest of your batchmates. That's the easiest thing you can do. Bring other guys on board. Ask them to generously donate. All the links are provided for everyone in India. It's Keto. For everyone outside India, it is on PayPal. So please encourage your batchmates to come and join. Let's move this from a small group to a very large group. Somebody mentioned the word army. Let's build this full force so we can have the impact and become the #1 alumni group in the world. So with that, my deepest thanks to all of you. My congratulations to everybody. My request to everybody is to please take care of yourself and continue to, what I like to call, do the WWW policy. That's basically wash your hands, watch your distance, and wear a mask. Please, please, please. And with that, I want all of you to be very, very safe. Thank you very much, and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.